Francamente, un programa diferente, con temas de actualidad mundial, de interés para todos. Francamente, historia de inmigrantes, temas sociales, cultura y lo mejor de nuestra música y nuestros máximos exponentes de la canción. Les invitamos a disfrutar Francamente con la reconocida periodista Brenda Superfan y sus corresponsales en toda Latinoamérica. Francamente.
Welcome friends to Francamente International. I'm here today with a great artist, a great performers who have given us this opportunity to interview him today, Joel Feliciano. Joel, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to learn a bit more about you.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
I am very happy that you have opened the doors for us to be here today. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me more about what got you into dancing.
Well, my mom even told me, like, in the womb I used to like toss and turn all the time, and even the delivery was a problem.
You were dancing?
Because I was twirling in the stomach and I didn't want to come out. So that I from the beginning of time, before I even like was in the present physically out there, I was dancing. So but where I have been marked, it was usually in family parties. I was like in diapers over here in the same living room, and we would do the Tootsie Roll, and I would be in there with the family dancing, and it always made me happy.
The younger years, like 5, 6, were you dancing then?
Yes, the first stage experience that I had was when I was around 4 or 5 years old. I was dancing. I used to go to a ballet class, but I wasn't the one taking it. My sister was actually taking it. And my mom used to take us every week, and I used to watch my sister dance, and I was inspired by it. I wanted to do it, but me and my sister, we were so close in age that I always did what my sister did. So I was like, I don't want to do it because she's doing it. So then I guess the teacher saw how kind of like and the anticipation of wanting to do it, and she asked for me to do it, and I did like a cartwheel and a split, and she just put me onto the show, and that was my little shine at 5 years old. I just did a cartwheel and a split.
And you are a multi-talent artist in dance.
Mm-hmm. Well, I did hip hop first before anything. I did hip hop. Then when I came to New York, I did ballet. I did West African. I did tap. I did jazz. I did modern. I did liturgical dancing, which is actually praise dancing. I've done ballroom dancing, like Argentinian tango, samba. I even learned how to do like a little bit of foxtrot, quick step.
Oh.
And you know, being a Puerto Rican, I love to do salsa, merengue, bachata.
It's just like Isla del Encanto, no? It's like encantador. You have so much to offer to the world. Where are you right now?
Well, right now I'm focused on my company. I'm teaching my company, and we're a fusion belly dancing company, and my goal is to teach them how to translate dance in all facets. Yes, we are belly dancing, but I want to always add something extra. One of the recent ones that we did was we danced a taki taki. And
what is a taki taki?
Taki is a reggaeton song.
Oh, reggaeton song.
And we were belly dancing to reggaeton. And it has like some pop stuff. So it was a very current thing that we did, and I think that it was a really good translation of the Arabic culture mixed with the current culture of what people are into, and just bringing communities together so that we can enjoy each other rather than just being segregated.
Let's talk about the belly dancing. Take me to the first time you did belly dancing. Were you kind of concerned how, let's say, men were going to be taking this performance? Woman, Tell me, what was going through your mind when you first thought about doing belly dancing?
I've always had concerns of dancing, period, from men. Because there was always this anticipation of being judged of being too feminine. But as the years went by, growing up and doing it so much and performing in different places, I've always gotten the same result of being appreciated after.
Right.
So there's always this judgment before I perform. And I feel like that's the drive that I get to like want to prove to people that, listen, like I do this, but it doesn't make me lesser of a man. It just makes me more artistic, and I want to show people that being a man doesn't have to be a man with muscles or like facial hair. Like a man is a person who knows who they are, they know what they represent, and they are willing to help people and change.
I had the opportunity to go to one of your performances, and there was a lot of people there, a lot of men. And what I saw was they had a big smile, they were very happy, they were clapping to you, and that was like very interesting to see that.
Yeah.
And I hear men talking about this belly dance, and tell me more about how men are taking this. Do they want to learn belly dancing?
Yes.
Do the wife say, well, I want to bring my husband, so maybe he learns some move? I mean, to kind of bring something into the marriage, maybe. Something more interesting,
it's
right?
It's true, absolutely. Because of the sensual movement and how it's being translated from a man, I feel like men now feel like it's okay to move a certain way to intrigue a woman. So being that I was performing, I actually did a performance in Astoria, and after I performed, a whole bunch of men came up to me and they were like, I want to learn how to belly dance because this seems like something that I could use in my life. So I was like, yes, like this is what it's for. Like it's for you to translate how you feel. And
something different.
And a lot of men have issues expressing themselves. I feel like men have issues expressing themselves, period. So I feel like now that they're inspired by something, it gives them the opportunity to
open up.
Exfoliate.
Where do you want to take your career, Joel?
I want to inspire as many people as possible. I think that dance has been misinterpreted for a long time. Dance has fulfilled my life in a certain way. It's actually saved my life many times. And there has been moments where, yes, I have an amazing family and I have amazing people, but there's always that psychological thing where you feel by yourself sometimes. And sometimes at those moments, I could only turn to dance. I felt the void that I had in me when I was in school getting bullied, or when people misinterpreted my character, or just being not being given a reciprocation of something because I give too much. Dance always refilled me. So my purpose for belly dancing and just dancing period is to show people that there's a gap between dancing and your personal life. A lot of people, they dance because they want to showcase their talent. But showcasing your talent is scratching surface to actually relating to people. If you make your dance personal and you make your dance vulnerable and you are strong enough to show people your flaws and your happiness and your mistakes, then I think that people can relate to that, because dancing is perceptionable. What I may translate, you may not see, because you may have experienced something totally different. But that's the whole beauty of it, that I can dance and I can touch many people in many different ways because of me not being afraid to show my scars.
To express your feeling yourself to dance.
Yes.
You say you have a corporation, a company where you teach people to dance.
Mm-hmm.
Are any men dancing up there? Have they registered to take a class? Or
Yes,
are they have called any interest?
Yes, I do have actually a male belly dancer that's in my company. And it's very exciting because it's not very much a lot of times where you see somebody who actually wants to take it professionally.
But it will be more like to do something different, recreational.
Uh-huh.
That is fabulous.
Yes.
I never heard that before.
Yes.
But now that I know you and knowing what you do, you have really inspired me so much. Tell me about your costumes, your clothes. It's so beautiful.
Well, I feel like you should express yourself, not only through movement, not through speaking, but through the way you dress. And I feel that you shouldn't lose a moment into expressing yourself. So I like shiny stuff.
Shiny, sparkling.
I like just sparkling. I feel like in the street people actually respect you more when you look a certain way. And it's not that I'm putting on a costume, it's just that I'm more so showing people who I really am.
Right.
And because people see who I really am, they actually respect me more than somebody who's wearing regular clothes and trying to hide themselves.
Who chooses your clothes? You do it yourself, or you have a manager who chose it for you?
I choose it myself.
Oh, that's wonderful. So how many costumes do you have?
Well, actually, I was with my friend Denisa yesterday, like a few days ago,
Yeah.
and we were like playing dress up like all day.
All day long.
So I have quite a few now. Before I only had like 2 costumes, but my mom, she was like, "You need to get new costumes."
Yes.
So
I can't imagine because you have so many performances that you have
yes,
to. I assume every performance is an outfit.
yeah. So usually. And even sometimes, like, I go to, like, my belly dancing company friends, and I say, hey, listen, like, I have a performance, can I borrow your skirt? And we, like, all, like, share our stuff, because we're like family, so we share everything with each other.
You know, through any type of art, there is competition. There's competition. There is competition of musicians, dancers, models, you name it. Do you feel threatened by competition?
I don't. I don't feel threatened in competition because I usually there's not a lot of men who belly dance, but when I do encounter that man, I'd rather celebrate being with him and doing it with him than compete with him, because it's kind of like in pop culture and music how they compare divas with each other. But I think that there's room for everybody.
Right.
And I think that the biggest competition is within yourself. To never be complacent and to always know that there's no ceiling to your talent and that there's always something that you could do to be better. And once you stop competing with yourself is when I feel like your art dies.
We talk about hip hop, we talk about contemporary music. I didn't know that you do tango, ballroom dancing, and you name it. How many performances do you do?
Well, I know how to do a lot of them.
And also you talk about an African dance.
Yes, I've actually...
Can you tell me a little bit about this African dance and how do you get inspired?
Well, I used to go to a dance studio known as Devore Dance Center. It's actually like not too far from where we are now. And I was dancing there from the age of 13 to 14 to the age of 17, 18. And this lady, Carolyn Devore, she completely changed my face of dancing and how it is. She's the type of person that inspired me because she gave me a full scholarship into dancing when I first came from Puerto Rico. I was auditioning for Cardozo High School, and she pulled me to the side and she offered me a full scholarship for her school because she saw this raw talent, really raw, because I never had danced with anybody until I was really in high school. So it was pretty interesting to be able to experience all the different cultures that it had, being that I'm a Puerto Rican Latin person and being more infiltrated into the African culture. Actually, my parents, they were like, Joel's gonna be fine in African, like he's gonna be fine. And I did the first West African dance, which was called Kuku and Soleil. And I had so much fun doing it. And there was another guy in the dance class, which was really exciting, because usually when I go into a dance class, I'm the only guy. But in this dance school, there were so many guys, and I was just like, wow, this is like a whole new place. And they even had a modern class for males, so that they could learn how to technically dance as a male dancer. So I was super excited to be able to experience that, and I'm just like really grateful for Ms. Devore for doing that for me.
How important is the support of the family?
Support of the family is everything.
What would you tell these young men or young girls who want to perform like you, who want to express themselves through dance? How do you inspire them?
Well, I think one of the biggest things is like, yes, you can do it by yourself, but you really can't as well.
You have to have the support.
Yes, you have to have the support. I mean, you can go a long way without your family, but once you make it, then what? Who are you sharing that with? Are you just sharing it with yourself? And how happy are you going to feel after you make it? Who are you making proud is my thing. And I think that when I'm with my family and I talk to, like, I don't really talk about when I become famous, because I don't really think about that, honestly. But with my mom, I tell my mom, I'm like, don't worry, Ma, we're going to be okay. Things are going to be great. Like, it's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I know that when it does happen, I'm looking forward to making somebody proud. Rather than just doing it for myself, I'm also doing it for my family. Don't give up the hope into your family. All of your family members are not going to agree with you.
Right.
But it is your responsibility as an artist to show them how to believe in it. Because sometimes I have some family members that are like, okay, well, you're a dancer. There's millions of dancers. Like, how are you different
How are you different, right?
So for me, come to my performance. I can show you.
Because you believe in yourself.
Because I believe in myself so much that I know that if you come, I could give you an experience that you can then know, okay, he's going to be different. He's going to change the face of dance. So I think that that's something that's something that I could rather show you than tell you.
Absolutely. Joel, you know, we talk about competition and all the wonderful things you do. How do you deal with criticism? Have ever come any criticism about your dancing, and how do you deal with?
Oh yeah, I've gotten a few criticisms. Well, you know, when you go to auditions and stuff like that, there's a lot of people auditioning, and usually when you're auditioning,
and they all want to be the best.
They all want to be the best, and you take the constructive criticism and you realize what you did wrong. The constructiveness
and
I take.
It a constructive.
Yeah.
See.
However, there are times where I've danced in groups and stuff like that, and they said that you have too much energy. You can't dance with so much energy. When I feel like I'm being restrained or restricted, that's when I'm like, no way. Because dance for me is a celebration and it's a liberation. And once you try to chain me down to a level that I feel like I'm no longer there.
You can expand your wings.
Yeah,
it makes it difficult.
Yeah, I feel like a caged bird. So like I think that's when I start realizing, okay, maybe I grew out of this.
Right.
Maybe I need to move on.
Where do you see yourself, Joel?
Well,
where did you want to go with your dancing career?
My dancing career, I think my dancing career solely bases off of saving people. A lot of my friends, I'm actually using more of my friends now, because I know them so personally. I know what bothers them, and I know the voids that they have in their life, and I feel that if I can help my friends fill these voids with dancing, then I can do it with a stranger. So my friends have been totally supportive of it, and we actually did like Denisa calls it meditative dancing.
Oh,
and
that's something new.
Yeah, we kind of like do this meditative dancing.
So this is the future.
It's like it's very much like the future. I think that meditative dancing is sort of like indulging into the places that we choose not to open.
Are you going in that direction?
Yes. It's like to be able to evolve, you have to actually look at yourself for who you really are, rather than putting a facade. So I think that when we look at ourselves and we see all the scars and all the mistakes, that's when we really truly find ourselves. So with this meditative dancing, we are actually able to feel what exactly made us feel that in that certain moment, and it actually heals us. We did a little group session in my boyfriend's house, and we were in his house, and we were like all crying with each other because we felt the freedom. We felt the gates open for each and every one of us, and some of us chose not to because we were scared. So I feel like meditative dancing is something that
frees you from many gaps, like you just said.
Yes, it frees you not only with dancing, but it frees you as a person, emotionally, mentally, and physically. I feel like after you finish doing it, it's totally different from improvisation. When people improv, they just think of steps on the top of their head to impress people.
And
But this is no movement. It's literally just body language, no dancing. So I think
that's something different.
It's totally different, and I feel like if it's actually being showcased more in the aspect of an art of dance, because that is the fundamental of dance, to be able to artistically translate your emotions and interject that into people. That's dance step 1. Dance step 2 is look good while you're doing it.
Absolutely.
So after, like, I think that if you get that basic synopsis idea of what dancing is, then you could be able to learn how to dance.
Well, this is something new. The meditation dance that you just mentioned. Do you see yourself like traveling in different countries, teaching this culture to people that doesn't know anything about dancing, or they don't know how to interpret it, the dancing the way you do? Do you see yourself doing that, traveling and educating people to kind of connect more with dance?
Yeah, I do. I want to help as many people as possible. I think it's my calling to be able to save people artistically. I think that's what it's called. I feel like a lot of people want to make it but don't know how to make it, but they have all the answers inside, but they just need somebody to help them. And a lot of the times we think as artists, it's either you or me, so I can't help you because I have to make it. If we all helped each other, we'd all be able to make it faster.
That's wonderful. Joel, you are so inspiring, and I feel very privileged to be sitting here talking to you. Now tell me, Joel, how do people contact you? Do you tell me about how you work?
Well, I like working at a lot of senior centers because I feel like a lot of people that are in senior centers are kind of like forgotten people. And it's just a good reminder that they're alive and that they're kicking and that they should be having fun and that they can still be inspired even at their age. So I like going to senior centers. I did a senior center performance for the holidays. We do a lot of lounges now. We do birthdays. So I really just, we're basically going for everything. We do art galas, we dance at restaurants.
So you're very busy. You have a busy agenda.
Yeah, we're getting busy now. Yes.
Where's your next performers? Is it here in New York or the out of town?
A lot of our performances are based here in New York. We actually have a performance at a restaurant in Tajin's.
And you have an event coming up also.
Yes, my dance company, we're actually going to be hosting our own hafla. And a hafla is a congregation of belly dancers from, doesn't matter where you're from, to just celebrate the art form of dancing.
Is it strictly belly dancing or they include other type of dancing?
It's including, you can include whatever you want to it. I think that that's the most beautiful part, that you can actually be able to infiltrate whatever you want in this hafla to be able to celebrate it. And I think that that's something that's really exciting. Most haflas are based just strictly belly dancing, but I feel like ours is going to be like the unicorn of haflas. It's going to be very different.
Oh, I can see that. I can see that. And your style of belly dancing is very Middle Eastern. Can you tell me a little bit of that?
Well, when I first started belly dancing, I was belly dancing, I taught myself. But then a mentor came along, Shoshana Vigil. She polished me up. And she's been dancing for 37 years, and she's a traditional Egyptian dancer. And she inspires, because a lot of dancers now dance flat. They dance very flat to the front, and they're thinking about the inflections of the beats and hitting all the beats, but they forget about the fluidity, the expression, the romanticism that comes with it, the story. So Shoshana's really good at telling a story. She's very good at keeping the femininity in it. And she's very good at doing little, but doing a lot. So she's really inspired me to want to continue to belly dance. And she's also very different. She did heavy metal belly dancing. Inspired me to be different because she's different. And I felt like, okay, well, I've learned all these dances in my life. I could actually implement all of these all these facets and put them in dance.
It's hard to keep up with you because you know so many dancing.
That's exactly what my company says. Joel, stop making choreography.
I know. I just can't wait. I am walking around and I feel that any minute something will come to my ear and say, Joel has a new dance.
I can't wait for the day.
Never seen before. Joel, I am so overwhelmed for this opportunity. I thank you so much. And I see you have your friend Denisa here.
Yes, Denisa.
Denisa, how are you? Nice to meet you. Tell me, are you a dancer also?
I am.
What kind of dance do you do?
I do belly dance mostly. I was a dance teacher for about 2 years when I was a teenager. I taught hip hop and Meringue and bachata to 4th graders. But in my head, I've been belly dancing since I was 2 because that's when I started following Shakira.
Oh, wow.
But now
so tell me about Joel.
Joel, I've actually known him since about 10 years now because I met him when I was like 13. We met at church. We're both part of the same movement. We not from the same church, we're from different churches, but because we were so active in the movement, we would go to the events that were for all the boroughs, and we just kind of clicked. I saw him performing because he was always dancing in any performing arts events that they had, and I was always like, oh my goodness, he's amazing. Because he's so humble. He's very approachable.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. That he's very approachable. He's very humble. Yeah. And so you done a number together?
We have a few. I just moved from Florida maybe 3 months ago.
Oh, okay.
The first day I got back, he was in my house for 12 hours teaching me a choreography. He didn't even let me be here 24 hours before.
He was sharpening you up to back into the dance.
Right away.
What do you think of the belly dancing for men that Joel is performing now?
It's amazing because I have been following belly dance the majority of my life. And in the 20 plus years I've been following it, I have never seen a male belly dancer until him. And he's my friend, so to see it from this perspective.
Were you shocked? Were you surprised?
No,
oh, no, not of Joel.
No. That's all it is, yeah. No, it wasn't that big of a surprise. Because he was always in every type of genre regardless. I feel like that was just...
But men are loving it. Men are loving it. And that's very interesting that, they're following this. Yeah. Today I heard a conversation that the wife want to send their husband to learn some steps so they will not be so boring, some of them. That's wonderful, isn't it? What are you planning to do together? Are you planning to do the half-lives?
Yeah. I'm planning to be in the half-life. We've done a few birthdays together, a few events. Because his is very fusion type of belly dancing, and because he's just a grand dancer, I'm typically in the beginning to like ease them in, because I do basic, traditional belly dance. I ease them in, and then he just blows them back away.
Just sparkles all over the place.
So we have that dynamic.
Amazing. And here we have Veronica. Veronica, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Welcome to Francamente International. It's amazing how much Joel have to offer to the world. You are a dancer also.
Correct.
Can you tell me a little bit about your dancing?
I've been dancing for 15 years.
Belly dancing or hip hop or what?
In general, 15 years. I've basically taught myself, and then eventually I started taking classes.
Have you taken a class from Joel?
No. We basically met at our dance studio that we used to I used to basically participate and be a student in. That's how we met. Mm-hmm. And so that's when I started taking belly dancing more seriously.
I see.
Because prior to that, I basically did hip hop. I did salsa too, and that was the best.
Right.
And so for me, belly dancing is just a different take on dancing for me, because it's so expressive. Because for a belly dance, you could go for a song and feel the emotions of the song. You could go slow. And then if anything, they have drum solos where it's pow.
Yeah.
It's a burst of energy.
Right. Have you danced with Joel?
Yeah.
Tell me about that experience.
Dancing with Joel is honestly the most exciting thing, because in terms of dance, we both have this type of energy. We have this type of energy where once we hit the dance floor, we go into it.
You get into it, right?
We get so into it.
Going to either one of you that Joel he's ready to perform, and can you read his look?
Yes.
And he's saying something. Can you do the same thing?
It's
you can communicate like that?
We could read minds.
Yeah.
I feel because I've known them for a long time.
Right.
I feel after you get so close to people, it's almost telepathic.
I know.
We know each other already.
So you look at them and it's are we ready? Oh, something is wrong, right?
Yeah, we've had moments where things were malfunctioned and stuff like that. Wardrobe malfunction.
While you were dancing, something fall where it wasn't supposed to?
Something's fall, but the show goes on.
The
we
show
just
goes
continue
on.
to dance.
Yes. What about you, Joel?
Oh yeah,
What happened?
Well, I usually wear headscarves. I usually put a veil around my head to dance. But usually by the end of the dance, it always comes off.
Oh.
And I always buy these they're almost jeweled harnesses to cover up my torso. But they always end up breaking. So usually by the end of the performance, they're down or something.
They're all over the place.
So I'm okay, no more harnesses, no more headpieces.
What about you, Anissa?
Yeah.
What happened to you?
We typically have these veils to sort of accentuate the hips, and I'm a small person, so I like to add the veils. And one time I didn't pin it all the way completely, so halfway through the dance, I was just dancing with the lopsided veil on only half of my body. But you keep going.
You keep going, like she said, the show must go on. That's so interesting. When is the next performance for the three of you? Are you going to the Hafla also?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yes, of course.
What's to be expected in there, Joel, from these two friends?
Well, they're totally
Who's going
different.
to be the coordinator? This you are the coordinator, right?
Me and Alexis Torres,
Alexis,
yes,
uh-huh.
we coordinated together because we're the co-founders of the company. They're actually a part of the company.
Oh, wonderful.
So she's a principal dancer. She's an apprentice dancer,
Wow.
and we're just like really excited because I love my group because not only are we different in cultures, we're different in shapes and sizes, and we're also different in how we decide to dance. I feel like she's like more like aquatic. She has like more of that.
She has a different style. Everybody had different styles.
Yeah, and she's more like fiery. Like
Oh.
she's like a little firecracker. So like everybody's like, oh, she's like the quiet Veronica, and then she gets on the floor and she's like whipping her hair all over the place. They're like, holy cow!
You have your outfit for the night?
As of now, possibly like black and red.
Oh, Chinese sparkling. Sparkling.
Yeah. It varies because, like as a belly dancer, like costumes are expensive.
When we talk about a belly dancing costume, I want to start with you. What are you looking when you buy a belly dancing costume?
For me, I'm trying to find something that fits my size.
Uh-huh.
Because majority of belly dancers...
Does it have to have stones?
Yes.
Or sequins is what you call it, right?
Yeah.
It has to.
Basically, the typical two colors for belly dancers, like they want to match with their accessories. So it's either silver or gold.
Uh-huh.
So you could have like a blue costume with clear like silver crystals and it'll match.
And how much more or less?
Personally, you can make up your own costume.
Oh.
You can buy separate like pieces, like the skirt, make your own belt and bra. For me, like sometimes I like to order online and then
Right.
accentuate it myself and add my own style to it.
What about you, Joel?
Well, they could get really expensive.
You also make your own costumes, right?
I do. It's so bad. Since high school, I don't know what was wrong with me. I always feel like I'm in Project Runway. So I like cut my shirts, make them into cardigans.
Do you have a
rip my
sewing
jeans.
machine? Is
No,
that
I don't know.
You
what
do it by
designs-
hand?
By hand.
Oh my!
Actually, one of the performances recently, I was dancing with them on a birthday party, and I had these two pairs of pants, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? So then it was a magenta pants and orange pants, and the same colored veils.
Right.
So I was like, I want to put both colors because it's like a Indian party, and they're like very vibrant with their colors and culture. So I was like, I'm gonna put the orange veil across my head. I'm gonna put the pink veil on my hips. I'm gonna use the magenta pants as sleeves.
Right.
And then I'll use the orange pants as pants. So I came out and everybody's like, you look so nice. I'm like, thank you.
And it was spontaneous.
Yeah, no one knew that there were two pants. So
Amazing. What about you, Anissa? What's your favorite colors when you do belly dancing?
Oh, I love blue.
Blue, like a light blue, sky
I
blue?
like the deep sea blue. I like the deeper, the better. And I always bling out. We even use, like face jewels. We bedazzle our faces on top of our bodies. Everything gets color and shimmer and shine so we can be little stars.
Wow. An elderly woman who wants to come on board and learn belly dancing, like they say, never too late, right?
Mhm.
So is it hard to learn as you get older?
no, I think that you can learn belly dance at whatever age of your life. I just think it's just about you not getting that mentality of being complacent.
Right.
Again, no matter how old you are, I feel like you can still learn. And I think that it doesn't matter like how old you are, because a lot of people think that you have to be like really curvy and you have to have long black hair and you have to be like
30.
slender and you have to like have like this amazing young body. But I feel like the beauty of belly dancing is from you. It doesn't have a silhouette to it.
You feel the same way?
I totally agree because for belly dancing in general, like it doesn't matter what age. Like you see videos online where you have girls that are 5 years old learning belly dance. to women who are like in their 50s, you know? It's just based on the person and your personality of keeping that mentality to keep on going and to still wanting to do more and practice and become a better dancer and a better person.
And a way to express yourself.
Exactly.
You feel the same way?
Yeah, when I first started taking belly dance classes, my teacher actually had a different class that was just for seniors. So that was like 60 and over women. And they did pretty simple like cane dances, and we basically had the same choreography. The main difference was the delivery. The younger generation would have a lot more energy and pop and dynamics, and theirs was more suave. But they were always so happy when dancing, because belly dance to me isn't so much about the technique as it is a spiritual dance. It's just
that's what
to
like
express.
Joel was mentioning,
Yeah.
expressing yourself.
To me, it's very, very, very spiritual. Like, that's when my spirit wakes up. That's when I can be the most feminine version of myself, or the strongest version of myself, or the most vulnerable version of myself. It goes when I dance. That's when it comes out. And I don't think that has an age, because the women that I have seen that are older, they're as happy as I was when I was 5 and I was dancing. They have the same energy, because it's just a freeing time.
And I also think that it's very, the funniest thing is like about dancers, period, just like, but more so in belly dancers, is that outside of belly dancing, we're totally not that. Like, outside of belly dancing, we're just like cool, dorky, like goofy, plain Jane people. And then like you could be working in Wall Street, and then at night you could just be belly dancing. There's people who work in the Board of Ed. There's people who they get inspired to excite their lives. I think that it's in a place where it's no judgment. So I think that that's what I love about it the most, is because like my friends were like a gang of like dorky people, and then like we get on stage, and then we're like totally different types of beautiful. Like when I look at Veronica dance, I just think of like, wow, like she's really powerful. And then I look at her and I'm like, wow, she's really like, she's just really intense. So I think that with everything, I just think that everybody has their own way of doing something. And when they belly dance, it takes out that inner beast. That's what I call it. I call it the inner beast. And once you unleash it, I feel like a lot of people then really know who you are. But outside of it, we're like totally like hanging out, eating pizza, or like we will go to like eat sushi or something.
You're like a regular people.
Yeah.
Go on a pizza, sushi, walk on the street.
Absolutely.
But when it comes to the art, you guys united.
Yeah, and then we'll take a cab. Like one way to the cab will be like totally normal, and then like we'll come back home and we'll have like face jewels, makeup, eyelashes, all types of stuff, and we look like complete different people.
The happiest time in your career?
The happiest
time in your career?
For me personally is when Joel asked me to be a part of his dance company with Alexis Torres, because that meant a lot for me, because I wanted to grow as a belly dancer. And their message behind the company and their dances wanted me to push myself more, because it's a fusion belly dance company. And so he mixed all of the choreographies and the dances that he knew and grew up with and learning for like past 18 years. And so just learning that meant a lot.
And Joel, what about you? What's the happiest time in your career?
I think my happiest time is now.
Do you feel you are in the top right now?
I feel like I'm like at my prime now. That's how I feel.
Have you accomplished your dreams, you think?
I think I'm in the path of doing it. Most of my career, I've told this to them so many times, that I've lived my life as a solo artist for so long, and I've accomplished things like being the top contemporary dancer in America for America's Got Talent, dancing for politicians and stuff. But I never got to sit in a dressing room with somebody and take pictures with them.
And kind of share.
And share the moment with people. I always did it by myself. So now that I have this, I feel like I'm complete. Because now I don't have to experience this by myself. I have not only great dancers, but I have friends.
You have friends
that are right by me, and we get to experience this backstage. Like, even if it's like if somebody's tired, somebody got a headache, somebody banged their head,
you have somebody to support.
There's always something that's going to happen, but we always kind of like deal with it as a group.
What about you?
Oh, I can't top those answers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it was actually our show. We did it us three together. It was the week after I came from Florida. I was in a low place because I didn't want to leave that life. So my mentality and everything, my energy was very low.
Right.
And again, he immediately didn't wait 1 minute.
Bring
He was
her
like,
way
"You're
up."
coming with me. I know the way to happiness.
Wow.
Come on, I got a shortcut.
That
I'll
is a
take
good
you
friend.
there."
That is a very good friend.
Yes, he's been mentioning to me about starting this group such a long time ago since I was over there. We would talk on the phone for hours. He would tell me all of his plans, all of the reason for the group, the inspiration, the goals for the group. And I was like, yay, I'm so excited for you. And he did it. He manifested everything that we spoke on the phone once years ago. And to introduce me to that life, to something that I always dreamed of since I was little, and having these opportunities that only manifested because of him and his help and the group has been like a dream come true for me.
Joel, you are amazing. You are amazing. I really want to thank each one of you for giving me this opportunity, but especially you, Joel. I wish you the very best.
Thank you.
I wish you be the greatest dancer ever, because I know you have the potential.
Thank you so much.
I want to thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I would like each one of you to send a message to young girls, young boys who want to become artists, dancers, singers, but they don't have that support. Joel and I talk about the support. How important is the support of the family, or the friends who have dreams, but sometimes we can accomplish them because we don't have that support. What message would you send? What would you say?
Well, I would say personally is to believe in yourself, because there are times where you will have that low point, no matter what in life, but you have to keep on pushing. Like, if you want to become a dancer, a singer, just keep on doing it and don't give up, because you never know where that moment comes where it's going to click and you're going to be unstoppable, you know? It could take...
Like the master here.
Yeah.
It's unstoppable.
It could take months, years, but just to like believe in yourself and don't give up. And because sometimes some people don't have the opportunity to have that support of family
Not
and
many
friends.
people have that
They
opportunities.
don't. And so if you have it, don't take it for granted. Just keep close with those family and friends, because they're gonna love you no matter what. But if you don't have it, temporarily you will find someone, but believe in yourself. Support yourself and love yourself, because once that happens, you might find that sign from God where you're going to have someone who will support you. It might not happen overnight, but you will have someone.
Well, thank you. Beautiful words. What about you, Joel? How would you inspire them to search for their dream?
Well, I believe that in searching for your dream, you have to search for yourself first. So once you find that person, that is all the answers to your questions. I think that when I was younger, I wanted to dance, I wanted to sing, I wanted to act, I wanted to do everything. But I really connected with dancing, and when I connected to it, you know that connection, because once you get connected, it's really an inseparable bond.
And then you have to find that support.
And then when you
have that,
because of this inseparable bond, this unconditional love that you have for something, that resonates. And when people see that, your family sees that, the people who love you dearest, or your friends, it's almost impossible not to see. So if you love it, if you truly, truly love it, and you don't give up on that love for it.
Beautiful, inspiring words. What about you, Lisa?
I would say that support is hard to come by, genuine support in any environment. So, and I've learned this the hard way. Dancing is not only an escape, but it's sort of an opportunity to get in touch with yourself, with your real self, because, and it doesn't have to be in a room full of people, it doesn't have to be your family or friends. If no one is there, you still have that opportunity to talk to yourself, or even if it's not verbally, even if it's physically, just feel your body get in tune with yourself, with your own spirit. And you can take that anywhere, and you can have that at any age, in any place, wherever you are in the world, with no music on. If you have the ability to move your body and feel the music and reconnect with yourself, with your true self.
And create your own happiness.
And create your own happiness.
It's a way of, like Joel been saying all along, this is a way of expressing themselves by this kind of thought, that you don't have to have the music, you don't have to have a lot of people around you, but don't stop searching for those dreams. I am so happy to be here tonight, Joel. My love to you always, appreciation, respect, and I wish you the best. I wish you the very best. I thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you.
And hope to see you. Thank you. Hope to see you in the half line and other events. Thank you so much to everyone in celebrating my double nickel birthday. And it just been one celebration after another. And today I was given this beautiful handmade hat given to me by Mr. Luis Medina, an artist who create these hats by hand. And I thank Mr. Luis, which is Mr. Joel's grandfather.
Yes, Papa.
I love it. Thank you.
Bye.
Until next time. Bye.
We would like to invite you to follow us or contact us in all of our facets of email or social medias. We have our Instagram, which is Thalia_Baladi_New York City. You're going to see a beautiful emoji of our logo. It's purple and gold. And we would love to invite you to see our endeavors of being a company and actually expressing our love to people and hopefully changes people's lives.
The email for Thalia's Baladi is thaliasbaladinyc@gmail.com.
And we're currently working on the website. It's under construction, and that's going to have all our photos. It's going to have a gallery of photos, videos, and upcoming events, the schedules, any restaurants that we're playing in, or any haflas or shows that we're a part of, so you guys can stay up to date.
And we will also be having our own personal hafla, which will be taking place at Taj Village. And the date is to be determined, but we are looking forward to doing it from the months of April, the end of April and beginning of May, where the springtime comes and we get to blossom.
Hi, my name is Wanda. I am Joel, Feliciano's mom. I love him to death. I can only say beautiful things about him. But the most beautiful thing about him is that he's such a humble young man. For as long as I remember holding him for the very first time, I knew that there was something special about him. I don't know, I can't explain it, but I always knew that. I am very thankful and grateful for all the talents that he has been able to express to those that are around him. I remember when he was just a toddler, he would try many different moves on his own and everything else, and I knew there was something, but I just couldn't pinpoint it. So I went I took his church shoes, and I went to the shoemaker, and I had some taps put in, and from then on, and I put a board, and he would come and tap. He did this for hours as a toddler. And I have his shoes here, and these are his shoes, and I've kept them, waiting for the moment to be able to tell the world that these are his first shoes that he tapped on. They mean so much to me. And they have a story to tell, and I'm sure they have more to say about him as time progresses.
Mi nombre es Héctor Feliciano. Yo soy el papá de Joel Feliciano. Tantas cosas que yo tengo que decirle a Joel. A Joel, yo te deseo todo el éxito en la vida. Y yo sé que lo vas a tener porque está en tu semblante, está en ti. Y te deseo que seas feliz. Y lo eres feliz porque tú haces lo que te gusta a ti. Y te deseo que siempre tengas valor y valorices a todas las personas que están alrededor tuyo. Y que siempre sepa que yo y Wanda siempre vamos a estar ahí para ti, en todo momento. Y en cualquier cuesta subimos, en lo que sea.
Mi nombre es Elizabeth, soy la abuela de Joel, por quien yo tanto quiero. No es poco lo que tengo que decir, porque es mucho lo que tengo por dentro. Él es mi orgullo, él es el más chiquito de mis nietos, pero él me ha dado tanta impresión con el baile que yo me quedo anonadada, como dicen. Tengo un retrato tengo muchos retratos de él con el baile, pero yo tengo uno en la puerta del cuarto que nadie me lo puede despegar, que él me lo regaló un día, que yo estaba triste y él apareció con esos retratos aquí en la mesa.
Que llegue como dice, al the top of the world, a que llegue a lo último,
Y sí,
y que triunfe.
que Dios me lo ayude
Y
para
que
que
Dios,
pueda triunfar, porque sin Dios no.
Con la bendición de Dios que triunfe.
I have this little glove with his name on it. He gave it to me before he went to Puerto Rico. This is what he gave me. He said, Titi, here, keep this for me. You keep it. And I said, okay, I'll save it for you. But, you know, from then, I know Joel's a fighter. And Joel's going to continue to fight to get to his dream. So, one day I'm going to give him his glove. When I see him winning an Emmy, the red carpet, next to Jennifer Lopez, some great dancer. He's going to be on stage. Hopefully, we all get to see it.
Okay. Joel, we're going to make your dream come true. Don't stop. Keep on going forward. I will make you another hand so you do your body dancing and you shine better than the hand.
I love you so much. You're my baby.
Hey, Joel, here's your little glove. Keep fighting for your dreams. Don't let anything stop you. I'm with you 100%. You can do it.
And I'm going to be holding on to these until you make it. I trust in you. Love you.
Joe, follow your dream. Don't let no one get in your way of your dreams. And keep on going up. love you, Joel.